We're again talking about one of the most controversial topics in the financial world, and that is congressional trades. With Congress members consistently outperforming the market, we're diving deep into the most active stocks that they've both bought and sold this quarter. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. Today we're talking about a hot topic. Last time we talked about this, we did a video called 3 stocks that members of Congress can't stop buying. We did get a lot of comments about the legality of the situation, and we do want to dive more into that. We love hearing from our viewers. So again, please leave your comments down below. Now, like I said, this is a hot button topic. It has been for a very long time, but maybe getting hotter in the last year or two, as we've seen. So Chris, Thomas, before we dive into the specific stocks today, let's quickly chat about what congressional trading really means. So this practice involves the buying and selling of stocks, options, and other securities by members of the U.S. Congress. And while these activities are subject to legal regulations, they do raise some significant questions, as we've seen in our comments, about potential conflicts of interest and transparency as well. So I want to hear your take on this. Long-winded, I know, but do you think it's fair play, or is it foul that Congress can trade stocks with insider knowledge? Should this be legal?
Right. I think Chris has something to say about this, but I'll just say that I don't think they should be allowed to do it. I think that they do have insider knowledge. I think that they do use it to their advantage. I think that they should be restricted to whatever kind of investing plans the rest of government has available to them, or else be restricted to funds or some kind of like blindly, privately managed plan just for them, because they absolutely do have insider knowledge. Whether or not it's specific to a company, it's specific to the laws and regulations that affect these companies, as well as things that can affect their business, including international relations. So this is totally a conflict of interest. They should not be allowed to do it.
Yeah, I would say that members of Congress shouldn't be trading stocks even without insider knowledge. I mean, that's just it. In my opinion, they're serving the public good, and that doesn't serve the public good. We have a lot of problems with lobbying and other things in Congress that I think would go away to a large extent if Congress wasn't allowed to trade on the information that they receive from this. But in my opinion, it just is something that shouldn't be happening, regardless of whether they have insider knowledge or not. Or to Thomas's point, if it must happen, it should happen within the confines of a blind trust or something where they are. Right. It's happening without any knowledge of them, and where they cannot possibly be trading on confidential information they receive.
Sure. They should have access to investment like everybody else, but they shouldn't have access to this knowledge that nobody else has, and they have it. You can't say they don't. It's there.
All right, guys. Well, I can't wait to hear everyone's thoughts on this again in the comments down below. Always interesting to see what others are saying. Now, let's roll into it here. Some of the most active congressional trades this quarter. Applied Materials is the most bought stock by Congress this quarter. This one we haven't spent a ton of time covering on this channel, but let's get into this one. What is driving interest in this stock?
Well, right. This one was most bought by dollar value and by the number of members buying. So this really is a significant spot for Applied Materials. And I think it really comes down to the fact that this company makes equipment to build semiconductors. America is getting ready to spend billions of dollars to bolster our onshoring efforts of building semiconductors. So this is totally an insider buy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with Thomas. I mean, if you are going to say NVIDIA is in the forefront of the AI movement, then Applied Materials is the company that's helping NVIDIA build the chips that are needed to help propel the AI. So it's totally logical that investors, and especially members of Congress, would want to get out in front of that movement.
Well, right, because we know that Intel and Micron and I think Taiwan Semiconductors are all building foundries in America now, right? Yeah. So.
All right, Home Depot was also actively bought on this list. How do economic conditions in the housing market maybe influence the appeal to investors with this one? Want to keep your finger on the pulse of the market? Text the word YouTube to 68285. That's 68285, and get free breaking news alerts from MarketBeat for the stocks that matter most to you. Don't miss out on crucial updates. Stay informed and stay ahead.
Well, right. And this one, and Chris brought up that I'll let him get to the weather in a minute. But for me, it was It was the FOMC. You think the FOMC is supposed to shift policy that should unlock a frozen housing market, which is going to be good for Home Depot.
Yeah, and I also think that we're at the start of what is conventionally known as hurricane season that runs through now, I think October or maybe even November. It's logical. All it takes is one somewhere to create a big problem and create interest in home improvement materials that companies such as Home Depot provide. So it seems logical that this would be a pick.
Right.
Welcome to the MarketBeat Weather Channel, huh?
Well, and I would say that the highly partisan Fed will be cutting rates before the election just to give the current administration a leg up.
All right, now let's talk about the most sold stock by Congress.
Yeah.
That was Baldwin Insurance Group. We're talking a massive sell-off with this one, nearly 3.8 million. Why do you think that this sell-off occurred? Is there maybe a hidden agenda behind this move at all?
All right, so this one's significant because it's 3 trades by one member. It is significantly the largest amount of sales over the previous 90 days by like 30 times, 30x, I think. But this is a member of Congress from Florida selling an insurance company ahead of a highly active hurricane season. So I think this could just be him trying to get out of this market before the hurricanes strike Florida, where he lives, knowing that Florida is going to get hit hard by hurricanes this year and that the insurance companies are going to lose a lot of money.
And I'll take the other side of that on this one. I'll say also, this is coming at a time when insurance companies in states like Florida are restricting who they're actually allowing to have insurance, or the insurance rates are very punitive. So some homeowners are choosing to go without homeowners insurance because the rates are so punitive. So I think there could be a story there as well.
Right.
All right, we do have to mention Apple in all of this. They are currently getting the stink eye from Congress. What are your thoughts on this given the current market position?
All right, so we have 8 trades by 6 members of Congress. So this is fairly active. They didn't sell a ton, just under $140,000 altogether. We have members of both sides of Congress. Kind of my take on this one is maybe they're trimming their Apple position in order to buy some applied material.
Yeah, this is another area. This is another area of congressional trading that bothers me. And I agreed with a point Thomas made at the beginning. I mean, they should be allowed to buy and sell stocks in some form or fashion. But the reality is, we've talked about this before, Lacey, people sell stocks for any number of reasons. These are human beings. They have lives, they have taxes to pay, and different family events that they're working through. But when you see congressional members sell a stock, it can send a signal to the market that maybe is unintentional. I agree with Thomas. This may just be a case of some people were trimming their position in Apple, which has run up quite a bit in the last month. Yeah. And I did notice that I think there was at least one member of Congress that bought Apple within the last 30 days. So it's one of those situations where it gives the appearance of something that might not be there, simply because of them being members of Congress. And that just, to me, is unsettling.
Yeah. And to point out that this was like one of the most active as far as numbers of members go. Yeah. So, like collectively as a group, they decided that it was a good time to sell Apple, whether they were right or not.
Yeah.
All right, well, wrapping things up here, what kind of insights can you guys draw from the type of stocks that are most actively traded this quarter?
Yeah, I think right now, it's like I just said, it looks like they're into technology, the foundations of tech. Maybe they're trimming some Apple to buy some other tech stocks. Home Depot was a solid play for dividends and the weather, and maybe you should avoid insurance.
I would say AI is a real thing. And I would say I wouldn't count on the fact that you're going to see a lack of government spending to fund that effort. So yeah, if you're looking for stocks to buy, you're probably looking at the chip sector right now and other companies that have to do with AI going forward.
Tired of guessing which stocks to ditch? MarketBeat's exclusive report, 20 Stocks to Sell Now, cuts through the noise. Uncover the truth behind Wall Street's ratings, as our list is curated from the stocks that top analysts consistently rate as hold or sell. Don't let your portfolio suffer. These 20 companies have been red flagged for a reason, so act now and safeguard your investments. This report is free, but only available for a limited time, so download today. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. If you did find this discussion to be eye-opening, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Stay ahead of the game by checking out MarketBeat's exclusive congressional trade tools. I will link those down below for you. But you can track the latest moves by lawmakers and make informed investment decisions with our up-to-date data and analysis. So visit marketbeat.com to learn more, and we'll see you in the next one.